Welcome to Patito's Gang. Experts say that entrepreneurship is the growth driver for any society. On today's episode, the gang discusses how we here in Nigeria can build a nation of entrepreneurs. Stay tuned.
In Nigeria, we're one of the few countries where a larger 65% of our population are youth. How do we take advantage of that to really encourage them to engage in, our normal universities? Those days, we were encouraged, we were taught how to write business CVs,
plans.
resumes.
Business plans.
No, not even business plan those days. To write CVs, resumes in the US or so, in Canada, they call it resumes, and to get a better job. A few years later, it's now business plans. And we prepared, universities prepared, how do we encourage this huge population that we have?
I think the truth is that Nigeria is at a tipping point, literally, and not a tipping point of the positive type. A tipping point where, yes, we'll play it right, we will reap a huge demographic dividend from our huge youth bulge. We'll do it wrong, chaos, anarchy will flow. Millions of young people not having what to do, no hope for the future, and all of that, and we know the consequence of that. We can already see it in our country. So how do we, as it were, harvest this demographic dividend that is within our reach? The starting point is to build a culture of entrepreneurship amongst young people, to get them to begin to think, how can I create wealth? How can I change the world and extract the benefits that come from changing how things are done? Because the mistake that is made today, that I see all over the place, is people think that entrepreneurship is about making money. There's nothing wrong with making money. That's fantastic. But if what you think first is money, you may never make money. But if you think of a great idea that can change the world, you may not know what to do with the money that you make. Yeah. And it's very important to create a culture that gets young people going that way. How do we do it? Lots of ways. Starting point will be how we teach them. What kind of value system do they grow up with? The death of our today is that we have a dominant value of instant gratification. Yeah. My reward now. Mm-hmm. Entrepreneurs are people of delayed gratification or deferred gratification. You sow today, you water. Tomorrow, you reap big time. But it is the idea of a better world, a different world from an idea that you have that really makes for entrepreneurship. So that is really where we are in this crossroads.
Flowing from what you just said, it reminds me of a Chinese saying, like the Chinese bamboo. You plant it, you water it every morning, afternoon, and evening for 4 years. Then it takes 4 years before it begins to grow.
Oh my God, that's a long time.
It takes about 30 days to grow up to 90 feet.
Oh.
That's what entrepreneurship is. Like Prof rightly said, you sow, you water. By the time it grows, just in a short time, you become as wealthy as.
Well, I beautiful one, Prof. But I was going to take it from a different view from you while you were speaking. Now, I think that in Nigeria we have a crop of young people who are not thinking the usual anymore, who are not thinking the normal. I understand the part of instant gratification and all of that, but I've met, if I meet 10 young people in a day, I know about 6 of them are people who want to work for themselves and who want to make money for themselves. Now, I also agree with you in the part where you say that entrepreneurship is not just about making money. I think that, and I always say to young people that you get a need, meet a need, then the money comes.
Yeah, money follows
you
service.
Find a need,
money follows
meet
service.
it. Yeah. And then the money comes as a young person. That's the journey. That's my journey to entrepreneurship.
Just talking about your project. Maybe you can share with us also.
Of course, that is where value creation comes in. Yeah. Just like Prof recommended. Experts review that the missing link in recent entrepreneurial attempts include mentorship, an apprenticeship, you see, we're fast losing that culture, and if nothing is done about that to reverse that trend, I mean, you just have a crop of young people who are lazy, who are not ready to do anything, to invest anything, but when they hear of any scheme that you can put in one night.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. You're talking about the Ponzi's.
You know, Ponzi scheme. I'm the most person in Nigeria. I was embarrassed one day and we were seeing this problem. I told the problem. He said,
And then,
Don't go there. Don't go there.
and then Ibrahim.
When they realized I didn't know what they were talking about, you know, I felt so foolish. I had not heard of the thing at all until they couldn't pay.
We spoke about the kind of clients, you know, that our young people are being fed with, you know. I love the analogy that somebody gave about encouraging that culture. The typical Nigerian undergraduate, what you hear there is come out with great grades and you get a good job.
Yeah.
And that's a
And the same thing
fallacy.
is also repeated. But when you see someone that is going through a process of becoming an entrepreneur,
Exactly.
the message is different.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You serve where after a certain number of years,
Yeah.
and you emerge as a business owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there is this also problem that's where like the mentorship
Yeah.
comes in. Because many young persons, what really interests them, if you say, acquire this skill in one day, you just see everybody, they want to learn how to bake cake in one day and all the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but when they come out from such trainings, they end up being good enough just for family and friends.
Yes, exactly.
They don't want to
Yes,
entrust
yes,
them.
which actually is the same thing as that goes to validate the Chinese bamboo growing thing.
Yeah.
You know, the journey to entrepreneurship is a journey of perseverance. It's a journey of
Absolutely.
patience. It's a journey
You fall,
as a
you
young
get up.
person.
You fall, you get up.
I really, one of the best things I've learned in recent times is to allow yourself as an entrepreneur to make mistakes. You lose money sometimes. You don't get all the money as a young person all the time, and you don't beat yourself for
there's
that.
something that's called return on experience. It's a much more valuable return than return on investment.
Yeah.
The return you get from falling down is so important, and that's why John Maxwell talks about failing forward.
Yeah.
The gain from a mistake,
Yeah.
you won't repeat it again.
Again.
Somebody who has not made it will make it.
Yes.
And you will have somewhere further up the learning curve than that person. That's a competitive advantage.
But Prof, don't you think we can also leverage on the experience of our fathers?
Oh yes,
So
absolutely.
much advertised, much of risk-taking and mistakes and all, as though that is actually the goal of entrepreneurship.
No, it's not the
And,
failing is not the goal. But the thing is to be able to persevere, because anything
Don't be afraid of failing.
Because you see, the heart of entrepreneurship is information gathering. And let me define the difference between a small business and an entrepreneurial venture. A small business is something that has been done so many times that you can plot a probability distribution of your failing. There's risk. You can fail in a small business. You can open a corner shop and your daughter is so rude to everybody that comes to the shop that people avoid the shop and the business will fail.
Yeah.
But we know from enough information available that a shop in the corner is likely to at least make this kind of level of profit in this kind of neighborhood. So probability distribution of success can be calculated. In a really entrepreneurial venture,
Difficult.
which involves a quantum leap in value creation,
Yeah.
uncertainty is what is there.
Yeah.
You don't know if it will happen, if it will work. So when people say, oh, that man, his business failed. My goodness, if his business does not fail, he will not succeed. You know, there's this thing about overnight success.
Yeah.
The overnight
takes
success is a guy
15
who has been falling and getting up and falling and getting up for
15,
20
20
years.
years.
And suddenly,
Yeah.
oh my God, what an overnight success. It's like that bamboo.
Yeah.
Finally!
Yeah, it's proud.
But during those 4 years of watering,
Nobody. And I was reading a book by Bill Gates' father, and he made the point. He was talking about Bill Gates. He said one day when he made one of the inventions he made, he invited some executives from either IBM or one of these top companies to come and witness in his garage. So
yeah, that's where it started from, Father's Garage.
yeah, so he came. that very day, this equipment refused to work.
Oh my
He
God. Oh
went
my
crazy.
God.
He said, Mom, come and tell them it works.
Oh
It
my
works."
God. And that's the emphasis on dealing with learning as a young entrepreneur, learning how to deal with failure in your business.
Yeah, it was a
You
huge.
see, my favorite example of failing and getting up is a South Korean story. It's a huge corporation. It is today Samsung. Samsung, the Americans had created this thing. It's now commonplace. All of us have it in our kitchens now. The Americans created it from out of space technology, the microwave oven. And these South Koreans were looking at the possibility of producing this thing, and engineers were put to work at Samsung. The day they finally got it, the chairman, everybody, excitement, they came down, called everybody into the
Oh
hall
my God.
to test it. So we're
Oh my
ready,
God.
this great thing we've done.
Oh my
Children
God.
were, boom!
Oh my God. Oh my.
4 years later, South Korea was exporting more microwave ovens
Is that America?
than America.
Yeah.
But then there is, virtually every young person I've come across who is interested in venturing always have this mindset that the major problem is lack of funds.
Exactly. I was going to come to that. I was going to come to that.
Conclusion about venturing. The truth of the matter is actually, there is more money available chasing the good idea than there are good ideas. The key is finding that great idea and having the discipline to work it up to a point that people will see the value in your great
And
idea.
again, Prof, presentation skills.
Yeah,
How you
very
present
important,
this
yeah.
idea. Very, very, very
Oh,
important.
that's where you just win or lose.
Yeah, we'll take a break and we'll be right back continuing with the debate.
As the gang mentioned, investors will only pay money for perceived value. It's important that we generate and communicate great ideas to capital providers. What are your thoughts on this? Let's take it to the streets.
When the government is saying that way, it will be reduced. The number of people that are just striving to get there.
Startups and economic growth, it has regularly been a fundamental issue when it comes to improvement in our economy. However, we can actually improve on this if the government can have positive impact on our local ideas, and that is by virtue of giving out soft loans to indigenes of the country. However, we should always stress on having employers and not employee. That is why government has to do much as regards entrepreneurship, and we can only achieve that when soft loans are given out to people, of which we would have lesser number of unemployed people in the country.
Government should just try and encourage we youth, our programs, when we come to them for sponsorship and all, they should always try and encourage our young minds. So at least when they encourage our ideas, it can actually boost the economy of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
What I think is this: to establish a sustainable business environment in Nigeria, there is need for government participation in locally developed ideas where the government is interested in what individuals are doing in order to boost the economy through their local business ideas, and creating funds for these ideas to become a bigger role-playing business idea in the economy.
More important is the business plan. Who writes your business plan? The people who think that it is something you outsource to some expert. If an expert can do a feasibility study which shows that this thing you're about to embark on is feasible. But what will make that thing succeed is in how you see the obstacles and how you see the fact that you or your
navigate.
team are the ones that can circumnavigate those obstacles. So when people write business plans, for example, they show how nothing can go wrong. If nothing can go wrong, everybody else would have done it.
Yes.
You say, look, this is what can go wrong, this is what can go wrong. This is why I or we are the people who can navigate around this problem. But I think even more important than the presentation skill, the ability to put together that business plan and essentially get that ownership and believe that the whole world rises and falls on this idea.
Yeah.
That passion then drives you
Exactly, the passion. That's what people are looking at. How
Because you see, people will discourage you. They will tell you why this idea you have is possible. I can give a zillion examples, and maybe I should give some Nigerian examples. My friend Ola Adiola and his team, they are starting Guaranteed Trust Bank. And we used to talk about it. Wasn't funny. A very famous bank MD, not mention is late now, came to see what they were trying to do with their first branch. They were still working, everybody had opened for business. Those were the FX days.
Yeah.
Get license, you really rush to go and begin to get FX. And they were building this thing, and he went to the place, showed them around. They were showing him around. He said, wonderful, wonderful. He went across the street to see somebody, said, look at those useless boys. They're wasting shareholders money, buildings or funny thing. Of course, the news came back to them. And believe me, you're going to ask yourself, suppose we're wrong.
Yeah.
Suppose it turns out that we're wrong.
Yeah.
You will have those moments. Another moment from, again, one of my classes. One of the great agrochemicals companies in the country today, Candel.
Yeah.
Charles Anudu, in this class, he talks about this idea and how his company wasn't doing it because it wasn't their global policy, and this is, and everybody says, hey, go for it, man, go. He resigns his job and goes for it. And all the bankers in the class stop taking phone calls. All those people who promised him that before he comes, they would have organized the money. He was passionate enough, believed enough that he went the extra mile. And the things he told him could not happen. So you will see repeatedly in the course of the personal lives of entrepreneurs, how they overcame those kinds of things. But I think what's even more important for our conversation today is not just the individual entrepreneurs, but the nation build this culture. You know, that is Nigeria's problem. We have many gifted young people who want to be entrepreneurs. Of course, we have those who want to make money. There's not entrepreneurship that's driving them. It's desire to make money. They think that starting a business, it gives them money. It's fine. And there are those who actually make money. But to build a culture of entrepreneurship, we need models that we can look at. One of the finest models of a nation of innovation is Israel. There's a lovely book, The Startup Nation. It's the story of Israel and how it became really a country of startups. So it was written by two fellows, Dan Senor and Singer, the Startup Nation. This country can determine that it wants to be a nation of startups. If you're going to be a nation of startups, what will create the institutional framework to make it easy for young people to go out there and create wealth? All the mentoring we're talking about is critical. Entrepreneurs should mentor others, creating appropriate ecosystems. And I see the kind of lovely things that we're doing in IT, in Yaba, in elsewhere. What create those ecosystems? Some of us are working to do it in different areas outside of just ICT. So people think that innovation is only in ICT. One of the great innovations that changed the history of Israel was an agri-based innovation. You know, drip irrigation. You know, and a guy was just observing from his backyard how something was happening, converts into a great idea, becomes both a diplomatic tool of Israel in addition to expansion of economic activity for that country. So we have to ask ourselves, what is it we can do to create a culture of entrepreneurship in the country? And perhaps if we take other conversations, I would probably want to go back to a remarkable job of crystallizing this that two former University of Chicago graduate school professors, Abraham Rajab and Luigi Zingales, did in the book Saving Capitalism from Capitalists. It shows how institution building can actually support the rise of entrepreneurship. What are we doing to build those kinds of institutions so that we can get young people not to be so scared that if they venture, they may fail, lose their dignity, lose everything. Israel is famous for providing another chance.
Prof, we always talk about that Nigeria is replete with
entrepreneurs.
But few entrepreneurs, spirit. You know, and I don't know whether that is changing. And considering that
an entrepreneurial country with few entrepreneurs. That's what Nigeria has often been. The general atmosphere, people are entrepreneurial. But because entrepreneurship involves a certain discipline that we have not invested in our young people,
sure.
we are
sure.
not getting the outcomes, and the educational system is the starting point.
And like Prof, like I always tell people that 21 days in the orientation camp is not enough to correct the 4 years of indiscipline. In one of those institutions, where I presented a paper for agricultural students. I wanted to find out, as agric students, do you have the platforms to, put to play the things you've learned? And shockingly, no farm, nothing was on ground. And I wonder how someone can actually come out with certificate as a graduate in animal husbandry, a graduate in this and all the rest. And all those basic
I think maybe we can give person animal wife. If husbandry is a problem, we can give animal wife.
As the new generation tries to rekindle old industries, such as the leather goods industry in Aba, we may just be on the brink of a renaissance when it comes to the manufacturing sector. Well, that's all that we have time for today. Thanks for joining us. We hope that you found today's episode enlightening and informative. Be sure to follow us on all our social media platforms displayed right there on your screen. I am Nenna Jimye, and until next time, take care and be well.